Alright, I'm gonna be 100% honest here. Despite having a channel geared towards anime and manga, I have not watched anime in about... Well, I haven't seriously watched anime in like 3 whole years, and I'm not even being fucking funny. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I didn't have an issue with it until about recently, which is why I'm making this video in the first place. I haven't been able to really sit down and comfortably watch anime. And the reason why I haven't really been able to is because doing that felt more like a chore than it really did a hobby, if anything. So, I forged a nice method into getting back into anime for people who maybe haven't watched anime in a little while, a couple months, and don't really know where to start, especially when you're amongst a community where there are thousands of anime and you can really honestly start just about anywhere. So you guys sit back, relax, get your notebook, pen and paper, and watch Sensei Groove. Actually, no, what part of that made me think that was funny? First things first, we're going to need a few tools. The first tool we need is WordPad, because people with mental illness only use Notepad. The second tool we need is My Anime List, because it's the only place where your opinion are equally as stupid as meatballs on flatbread. Number 3, the third tool you'll need is a good old chair for sitting and an ass for farting. So to start things off, you're going to want to make a table that's 4x3, just like this one here on screen. From here, you want to label the top row with the anime, the number of episodes, and the number of episodes you left off on. This needs to be in a very specific layout, so don't put anything in it yet. Go to My Anime List, the cesspit for morons, just as yourself, and find 3 anime from other seasons or this one in particular in this order. You need 1 movie, 1 long-running anime with about 100 or so episodes, and then you need 2 shorter anime that spread from about 24 to about 60-ish episodes if you want. It has to be in this order, because if it's not, this is gonna flop like a bad habit if it isn't. So first and foremost, you start with the movie, and why you may ask? Because it's a bit like a gateway drug. By watching this 1 or 2 hour movie, you build up a tolerance for sitting on your crusty chocolate starfish for an hour without getting up. With an hour, you can easily brush off a 20-minute anime episode with ease, and I'm talking about that shit will be clockwork. And you have to fluctuate between shorter anime and longer anime to keep this tolerance up. And you can restart the list once you've finished everything on there. And it has to be in the exact same order. And once you're done, you can comfortably tell people you have watched this anime from this current season or anything else without sounding like a complete moron. And the key is that you gotta be a little bit consistent. You don't have to watch anime every day, all day, or anything like that. It's more so to watch something that entertains you. Your goal isn't to finish the anime. Your goal is to watch it and like it, which is really the thing. And the same thing can really be applied to TV. Why don't you really see people watching TV nowadays? Good question. No one fucking knows, because what insane person sits down on a couch in a living room and watches TV? It's weird. The reason why I came up with this whole list to begin with is because anime isn't as convenient as, let's say, manga. Now, they are within the same scope of conveniency, yes, so they're at the tip of our fingers. We can easily just watch it and binge through all of it, and it's pretty simple. But the thing with the manga that makes it more convenient is that I can be in the comfort of my bed or anywhere else. I can be on the shitter, and I can do just about anything when I watch. I don't have to be confined to a single area when I read manga. But with anime, it's a little different. Unless you have like a mobile app like Crunchyroll or any other app that someone has to pay for, you're not exactly inconveniencing yourself at that point. Well, actually, you kind of are, because you're coming out of pocket, but I'm not going to be the one to judge. But the reason I kind of came up with this is because when it comes down to watching anime, it's not exactly fun when you really don't feel like doing it. Now, you could sit down and binge like the first 50 episodes of Dragon Ball Z or something, or watch the first 20 episodes of Full Metal Alchemist or any other anime, and you could do it that way. But the thing is that when you really start getting back into watching it, it's gonna feel like a goddamn drag. I can most definitely tell you that. And the reason why I say that is because once you really start out and you really sit down and you start watching something, you find it hard to invest in time into it. It's because at that point, what you're doing now is that you're putting aside other activities to put time into another separate activity. Now, I'm not saying that when you do this or you watch anime from your list that you've made, not like, let's say, play video games, draw, write a book or something, or anything like that, but it's the fact that you have to sit down and you have to be solely focused on one thing, because no person in the right mind who watches anime has any sort of capacity without ADHD. So there's that. But when you start out, it's kind of hard. It becomes a little more stressful than usual to deal with. But once you finish that movie and you finish that 1 hour or 2 hour movie, you have effectively cut half of your issues down to like its bare issue. Because by sitting down for an hour and watching a movie, like I said, you can watch a 20-minute episode with the easiest of fucking, like, you won't break a sweat doing it. So it won't be hard. This was primarily inspired by a My Anime List forum thread that I had read when I was really having my issue with, anime and all that good stuff. Reason why I came across this was because upon me reading it and all that good stuff, was I only really able to find out that watching anime is like a chore. You're putting aside other stuff, and you're doing one thing, and you're sitting on your ass and you're watching anime. But if you guys did find this video helpful, thank you. This is Velvet Groove, and I am out.